Congratulations and celebrations.
377 is being repealed now.
Repeal. What now?
Now what?
What's next?
Yeah.
Welcome back to Say Real on Ready Set Bro. You might be thinking, hey, who are these two uncles sitting with me? Please introduce yourself.
Firstly, I'm not an uncle, okay? Hi, I'm Mark. Nice to meet you guys.
This is Uncle Fauzi. Not from TSL.
Yes, there's a clear difference between them. I really notice the difference.
There's no other Mark in the industry. Right?
You're
Correct,
the
correct.
only McGonagall Mark.
Yes, it's very nice to meet all of you.
It's so uncomfortable hearing that.
Because it feels real. It feels like she's here.
That should be 50 points of your house, darling.
Yeah, I'm a Hufflepuff.
Oh, I'm a Slytherin.
I'm a Ravenclaw. There's no Gryffindor here, eh? Gryffindor, you're basic.
Yes.
True, basic.
Yeah. So anyways, you all might find them familiar because they are really popping off on TikTok. They are quite well known in the media industry for a while already because they've been working hard. But most importantly, they are my sisters. And today, we're going to discuss 377A.
So much to
I don't know why I was
discuss.
clapping it.
Let's clap one more time.
For the people that are watching that may not be from Singapore, what is Section 377A?
According to my understanding, Section 377A criminalizes sex between two males. Yeah.
And this was set by the British colonizers.
Okay.
That works too.
Yeah, so it's basically a very, very old law. And if two men, even with consent, were to engage in love making, they could get criminalized.
Exactly. I
yeah.
want to ask, who's checking my dog? Like, who is coming to my house and checking? Who?
Your neighbor lah.
Yeah.
Neighbor.
Yes.
Hello, I want to
It could be-
borrow some sugar.
It could be Cik Jar from the unit 07.
I'm too loud. I'm too loud, is it?
Yeah. If that's how you have sex, I'm very scared.
I don't.
Because that one I thought was a Halloween movie coming soon.
Stop, don't do that.
Recently, this law has been repealed in Singapore. No, it's going through the repeal. It hasn't been repealed yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
They
because
only
it's gonna be
announced
challenged.
that they're going to do it,
Okay.
but they haven't officially done it. But of course, some people are like Shanmugam said that. Must I say Mister? No need. Like, I want to be friends with him lah.
Sure, yeah.
Mr. Shanmugam said that it's not going to take very long for them to repeal it. Like, it's not a difficult law to repeal. So anyway, like, do you all know how long Pink Dot was?
15 years.
Wow.
I was
Yeah.
there for Pink Dot 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can't believe I missed Pink Dot 15.
Imagine right after like the 15 years, bang, the repeal actually happened.
Actually, props to Pink Dot
Props to
committee.
everyone who was a part of it.
All the lawyers and
And all the supporters,
Yes,
including
yes.
allies. You
Yeah.
guys are amazing.
yes, I think it's even way more before the 15 years lah. I'm sure
course.
that our gay forefathers have been fighting for way longer than that.
Yeah.
Yes. But why do you all think it took like this long to repeal this law?
I actually have my opinion on that. I think it's a very generational thing. It's come to a point where it's very hard to ignore the younger generation.
Yeah.
Because we are going to be the ones who have the voting power, which means that they need to appeal to us,
Yes.
before they lose our votes. This is the reality of politics.
I wouldn't say it's a strategy just to get our votes,
yeah.
but also because they are finally hearing us. I think that's what's more important.
Yeah, but I feel like my opinion is the reason why they took this long, right? Is because repealing 377A is like the Pandora's box. Because
Right.
once you repeal 377A, right, you're opening the floodgates to
Okay.
every single issue that the gays want to fight for rights for.
Okay.
These are conversations that they may not be ready to have yet back then.
I think the other point would be based on numbers. I think they did a survey. There
Yeah.
was a 40% who
Yeah.
is okay with it, a 13% who is not okay with it, and then there's a
Yeah.
majority who is neutral. Technically, right, if I'm an MP who is deciding this,
The law.
they will say, first of all, if we repeal this, who are we going to affect?
How does it affect people though?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
so I think 377A was always kept, right, to keep the gays in check. They need to always set this boundary, you know. We respect the idea of family, we
Of course,
respect the idea of marriage. And I feel like 377A was there. Like, we don't have the rights to challenge things like housing, education, media censorship. And I feel like that's why it was always there.
I want to say a lot of things.
Okay.
First of all the straight people who get married, where are your children? You're 20 years old, you get a house already. Then after that, you get a bloody house. What? Happy, break on the wall. Where's your children? Okay, the reason why we want to fight for all these things is
Yeah.
because it's about equality.
It's
what?
basic human
Yeah,
rights.
it's basic human.
So what do you think the repeal of 377A means for the gay community? When Mr. Lee Hsien Loong said that gay people are as much part of Singapore as the
I cried. Hsien Loong, I love you lah.
For me, not so much, but I think it's a great step. Because I'm very reserved person. So like for me, this kind of thing happen. It's just like, oh, okay, so what's next? Like, they're going to talk about the marriage thing. Are they going to talk about this thing? Because what concerns me next is like what Fauzi said, our own house. I'm not going to stay with my parents the entire time. That's crazy.
Very that.
Is that weird, right? Everyone like has this mindset when you move out of the house, right?
You're
you gain your own
independent.
independence. You gain
Yeah.
new thought. But then the thing is, when we want to get house, singles, gays, whatever lah, how much money we need to throw out?
Yeah, I tried
Bro,
that.
how much money?
We don't even have as much subsidy as a married couple, bodoh.
No.
Yeah lah.
Yeah, I think it's really true like what he bring up the point like
Housing.
And we are also people of
Yeah.
Singapore.
I think
we, the citizens of Singapore, pledge ourselves as one united people, regardless of race, language, or religion, and sexuality, and gender, to build a democratic society based on justice and equality, so as to achieve happiness, prosperity, and progress for our nation.
Okay, thank you. I think that was a great TikTok clip. But then, they didn't talk about housing, but they did mention immediately after announcing the repeal that they were going to amend the constitution to protect marriage.
We will therefore protect the definition of marriage from being challenged constitutionally in the courts.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Okay,
Can we give it in layman's term for viewers and Aiman to understand what Abang Lee meant when he said he want to protect definition?
So they say they want to protect the definition of marriage. Protect from what? Aliens? Aliens attacking, is it? First of all, even though we are repealing 377A, we don't have that rights as humanity for loving someone. You want to be there with someone.
Yeah.
For me, with my boyfriend of 13 years, I can't even go to the hospital to visit him if he gets sick because the parents don't even know that I exist.
Aiyo.
What if anything bad happens to him? Like, I can't visit him unless we have a lawyer to say that, hey, I can be there for him. We live in the same house. We bought the same house. Like, you know, religions have their own beliefs and like, okay, get married in your own thing. But we have I forgot, there are two terms. One is by religious, the other one is the
Civil marriage.
Civil marriage. And this is up to our own prerogative, ma. And not everybody is religious. Why are the religious people so scared of their marriage? You scared your husband will go leave you and marry me, is it? I'll marry your husband if you're really scared of it.
Play the devil's advocate, okay? I'm Cik Fatima.
I love
okay?
Fatima.
From Marsiling Block 137. Okay. But cannot. Because first you want to repeal 377A, and then now you want to allow them to get married. How can? Must give us buffering period, what?
First of all, Fatima, you don't wash my backside, you don't pay my bills. So if you're washing my backside, you pay my bills. Then you can tell me what to do.
I genuinely feel that the reason why they immediately bring up this change in the constitution thing, because I know that their biggest fear is the moment they really like open the floodgates and like, okay, we are pro-LGBT now. That all the aunties and uncles and straight people that disagree with LGBT and stuff like that, they will immediately lose all their votes.
Should we hear like from their mindset what they think
Actually,
about
we should talk
it?
to them.
Yes, I wanted to.
I want to talk to
but
them.
I scared lah. I scared they convert me to become. I become straight after talking to them.
Okay.
If it could be converted, by all means,
I would rather be straight.
yeah, it's so much easier.
I want to be straight also.
Hey bro, I tell you, I
Like
played
what?
soccer yesterday. Ping ping piang piang.
Actually, I heard from one person, it's like they say when they protect the constitution of a marriage, right? It's so that they have this nurturing family to take care of a child, to groom them. They believe that a man and a woman will take care of a child.
Yeah.
That's their idea. And also like another one is they fear that, because once they allow the gays, the lesbians, or the whole LGBT Disney Plus community to go everywhere, right? That their children will turn into that.
Hey, my whole life I watch straight movies. How come I never turn straight? How come my whole life?
Honestly, so I'm surrounded by straight people. Everywhere on TV, I see straight people. Why am I not straight yet?
Yeah, that's
What's
right.
wrong? Where did we go wrong? But how come if you allow positive gay representation in media, our children become gay? How come?
How come?
Yeah, so is
something.
it the straight indoctrination is not working?
That was
Is
a
it?
big word.
Aiyo,
Right.
They need to re-strategize
Yeah.
this.
Exactly.
They are protecting this whole idea of marriage and stuff like that. Has there been studies, has there been surveys done to show that if they were to allow positive LGBT representation or gay marriage, then there will be creation of gay people?
My nephew of 8 years old, I'm like telling him I'm gay. Then he said, yeah, I know, it's all over TikTok. But he's like, I mean, of course, he's very young and all.
Yeah.
I'm very open with you. I think what's more important is that you're open and you are comfortable to talk
Yeah.
about it. I know there are parents who are not comfortable. I think that's the issue because
Yeah.
of religion and everything. It's so
Correct,
difficult
correct.
to talk about it.
Correct, yeah.
And it's because you're not educated about it. I realized, right, when I was growing up, the reason why I hate someone is because I don't know so much about this person.
Correct.
Correct.
The minute I get to know them, then I realize, hey, actually
Yeah.
this person is human.
It is the things that we don't understand that we fear the most.
Correct.
I love that. I love that.
Speaking of like the whole constitution thingy, right?
Yeah.
So how do you think that affects the gay community? So I know from Abang Lee's speech, right? He said that the reason why they need to protect the definition of marriage between man and woman is because a lot of laws are riding on that definition of man and woman. Like they say like adoption laws and housing laws and
lot.
all that.
Correct.
So that's why they want to protect that from being challenged in the future. Yes.
There's more things to it, like adoption, marriage,
Housing.
housing,
Healthcare.
healthcare.
Yeah.
Because my friend was telling me like, oh, he don't understand why it cannot be allowed. I said to my friend, can you imagine how parents would feel during sex education? They talk about gay sex and also they bring up the idea of like homosexuality and stuff like that. Even though it's an open topic in the Western side, in Singapore it's very new.
Yeah.
And even the teachers themselves will feel uncomfortable teaching to the kids.
Correct.
Like it's very important to teach, especially gay children, about safe sex.
Yes.
Because of HIV and stuff like that. Even though that's important, to have teachers actually explain that to students.
It's already uncomfortable for them.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like, there's so many things to it.
Correct.
Well, we will take 1,000 years to talk about all this.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Which is why I feel that I do agree with the government's stance on putting things in place to slow down. As Singapore, as a country, we may be getting open to it, but 40% I think is mostly the younger people that are more open to LGBT rights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, my thought process, I think the next one they should be talking about is the marriage equality thing.
Yeah,
then
but again,
will
because a
come
lot of laws are
but
riding
the-
on that. So I
Yeah.
think what they should fight for next is the positive representation in media. Because right now,
okay,
Singapore
okay.
IMDA, they made a stand saying that they will still not allow positive representation of LGBT
When?
people in media. Recently, they made a post.
How dare she?
Yeah, I think that should change first before
Yeah,
marriage. Before
you're right
anything.
leh.
Yeah.
I feel it's another way because I feel the marriage thing, right? It should be talked about first.
Yeah.
Because of the age. You do positive representation, right? You're also opening doors to those younger generation you're talking about. They need to find a way to control media still for
Yeah.
the people younger than the O-level age. They need to focus on what they're doing,
Yeah.
studying. Stay in school, idiots.
Yeah.
But then the thing is, if you talk about marriage, right?
Yeah.
Marriage only affects people who are of marital level,
Yeah.
marital mental age.
Yeah.
Our concerns mostly is about housing.
Okay.
Our
Yeah.
concerns mostly is about equality. It's about the whole understanding and integration of possibly pairing two same genders together
Yeah.
and seeing whether that works. Because honestly
Yeah.
speaking,
So
you know
if
why
you-
some gay people are more promiscuous?
We are
It's
what?
because there's no, okay, a lot of them are because there could be a possibility that there's no consequence to that relationship.
Oh.
Whereas if you're
Okay.
married,
You're
the
protected.
idea in our sense, right, whether or not, right, it's a gay person or
Yeah.
a straight person, right, marriage is a piece of paper. True, some people think that, but it's also a bond.
It
If you
is.
bond two people of the same gender together, the marriage thing will kick in the brain and go like, shit, I'm actually cheating.
Like what you say is true. Like we shouldn't encourage the younger people. But then at the same time, I feel that when you're young, you might know yourself better also.
Of course.
If you see everywhere that if you are gay, then you will be a failure, your life is horrible and stuff like that. It might deter you from actually being able to fully be yourself. But if let's say if there was positive media representation, for example, like in Buzz Lightyear, that one character is lesbian, but then she's a pilot that's strong and stuff like that. That is positive media representation, but it's at the same time not sexual.
Yeah.
It's at the same time
Yeah.
not promiscuous. Like you said, I think it's true that marriage is more important for the boy and stuff like that and housing all that. But again, there is so many things riding on the idea of marriage.
Divorce.
Yes, gay divorce. Oh, it's gonna be so dramatic.
Oh my god.
There'll be a party.
Who's gonna get the dog? Gay divorce. Oh.
But I really love the fact that you brought up the Buzz Lightyear movie. It was so harmless.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah,
harmless.
but the government.
The door open, then they are together. The door closed,
door open,
then they
right.
fly again, come back, the door open, they grow older.
Got child.
But you know, I heard how IMDA does things. Correct me if I'm wrong, comment section. They have a meeting every month, right? So they will screen the movies.
So fun.
Oh, so cool.
And then a group of old uncles and aunties will sit in the room. And then there'll be like one or two younger guy there. And then they'll watch the movie. And then they will talk about what's the rating for this movie.
Dang.
And then they will vote.
Okay.
And then after that, if let's say there's an LGBT issue, right, then they will raise whether they will allow it to be screened in cinemas or whether it will get a warning and stuff like that. If that is the case, right, if majority of the people in that room,
Exactly.
but I think because of the
Depends.
agenda now for MDA,
The agenda,
they are clear that they will not allow it positive representation. So I don't think, I don't know lah.
IMDA, if you need ideas on how to nurture our young minds, do let us know.
Yeah.
We are content creators.
Oh, yes.
We are here to help each other. I think that's what's more important. How do we nurture the young people so that they can, of course, focus on your education, and then at the same time realize who they are,
Yes.
So they can be
are.
emotionally stable,
Correct.
mentally
Yeah,
stable,
correct.
you know.
So I think what's next we should talk about is like moving forward. Where do you think we should go from here?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Let me put on an MP hat.
Imagine you're the
this is-
MP that fought for repeal, right?
Okay. Yeah, correct.
Then after
correct.
that now, Josephine Teo or Madam Josephine Teo. You got the repeal already, yeah. What's next?
This is tough.
Yeah, because
okay.
I really don't know where to go next.
Just
next
saying,
for us.
there's no gay agenda also.
Yeah.
We don't have.
Like,
We really don't
if
have.
we had a gay agenda, I tell you right now, we have the minutes ready.
Yeah, we have
and
the
brief.
steps, the brief.
We know where to go next.
Yeah, the
But apparently, everyone except the gay community know what's a gay agenda.
there's a gay agenda. Huh? What's the agenda?
Okay, so repeal of 2008 is really because it's
Decriminalizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Sex between two men.
Okay, fine. Is our pivotal point.
Yes.
And of course, making people believe that we are also human is another thing because
Why
you
we have to
cannot change.
prove that we are humans?
Yeah,
ah?
exactly.
I
Exactly.
You take my blood sample.
like every time we think about the gay community, it's always to have some sad accompaniment music or whatever.
Correct.
We just take
No, we're not. When are we set accompaniment music? We always like all the rah-rah music one what?
like you see the videos of like mother and son. Like,
Oh,
then
yeah,
always,
those kind.
it's always like.
Yeah. My son is gay. I did not know all this time. What have I done wrong? It's not your fault, sis.
I actually blame my homosexuality on my name because my mom named me Aiman. She said it's full of love in Chinese, but it
Aiman.
became Love Man.
Oh dear.
Aiman.
Yes.
So if I were really to be put in that position,
Yes.
I would say, to be honest, from the previous conversation,
Yeah.
definitely marriage. I'm pretty sure adoption is going to be a huge issue because in the
Yes.
first place, men cannot adopt.
In the first place, men can adopt females.
Oh yeah, correct. Men
But
cannot
then
adopt females.
gay men cannot be allowed to adopt.
Yeah.
Because if they adopt a male, they might harass or groom the male. If they adopt a female, they could be a straight man pretending to be gay to get a girl.
Yeah, that's
That's
so
That's what I've
true
heard,
lah.
that's what I've heard.
It's very hard lah. I think it's very hard to tell. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah.
Like it's true, like moving forward all this, right? I feel that at least now with the repeal, we are no longer criminals. So they should be able to take studies from other countries. Like for example, adoption. Okay, gay adoption is not very open now, but they can do their own research. Right? What are the odds of the gay adoption being a harassment case or grooming case?
Tell me the numbers. Tell me
Yeah,
the
you know
numbers.
what I mean?
No, but there is no interest in the topic. Why they investigate? You get what I mean?
Now there is.
Now lah,
Now-
but
now
then now
have,
they have to start
yeah.
lah.
Now they have to start doing the
Yeah.
research. I'm pretty
there
sure they
is a
have to
thing
do
that-
it.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
especially for those of us who also want to fight for it, please go and
Yeah.
research before you go and just go out in the office and go like, I want to adopt a child.
Yeah, it's very expensive
And
lah.
more
Yeah, it's very
importantly,
expensive.
whether you can afford it. The straight people cannot even do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
A lot.
confident.
Yeah.
But I would say marriage first lah.
Yeah.
I would say marriage first.
I'm
It-
actually quite inclined to marriage now after talking to you guys.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things I'm looking forward to the most is more open conversations now.
Yes, yes.
Now that we are no longer criminals,
I've been hiding. Oh, haven't yet. It hasn't been.
okay, we are criminals.
We are still.
Sorry, just like how we had no idea there was a gay agenda. I didn't know I was a criminal.
Where you are, lah, I'm telling you now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you are. Like,
We are until they repeal it.
Damn.
Yeah. So once we are no longer criminals, right? Shouldn't there be more avenues for conversation.
I would love
Yeah.
to be all those focus groups.
Yeah.
I don't mind having a conversation.
Yeah. I don't mind sitting in and then listening to all these like debates, like why the straight community thinks that this and this. Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
want
let's
to
be
know.
civil lah, okay?
Yeah, just be
Yeah.
civil. I want to know.
Don't have to like, oh, you
If-
turned this, you did this.
Yeah.
I don't know you. You
Exactly.
don't know me.
Yeah.
Let's just sit down, have a cup of coffee and talk.
Yeah. So now that we have more conversations, then in Parliament, maybe they can bring up like more important things. For example, like protection against discrimination for LGBT individuals.
sure.
But before we end off everything, how you're taking in the repeal within your religious like bounds?
Oh, thank you so
Yeah.
much for asking.
Yeah,
I really
because I
appreciate.
think when I first brought the idea to my mom, like, hey, this is repealed. Then as a Muslim mother, she cannot celebrate, but at the same time, she's just like, okay, you're still a virgin, what? So how about y'all? Like, yeah,
Hold my hand.
yeah.
You are gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
This is a quote from Herzi.
Yeah.
Repeat after me.
Okay.
I'm beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I'm gorgeous.
I'm gorgeous.
and I'll make men desire me.
I'll make men desire me.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
how about you? How about your families? Like, how do your families react?
I'm not open to my family, so I don't know why I was so open here. I don't talk about it.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's a good thing that things have changed. For me, it's all about progression and progressive thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I come from a Christian household. There are things that make sense, there are things that don't make sense. It's great that they help to build moral compass in people. I think what matters most is your relationship with God or your relationship with whatever you believe in. Because that is what it is, right? It's not about your relationship with this higher power and your friends.
Yes.
Your religious leader
Yeah.
can quote your religious text however they tell you, whatever. That's up to them to interpret it for you, to tell you, okay, it's wrong to murder. But like some of the things you really need to think back and think whether it really relates back to you, or like are they really moral, immoral things. If you think based on the mentality of like, oh, because my friends think this way, or like because my whole group of aunties, uncles, or like my whole friend group thinks this way, then I do this. You are not living your life.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
my mother always say, if your friend eat shit, you also eat shit, man.
Yeah lah.
Your friend jump down, you also jump down, man.
Yeah. Think with your own self. Like,
must make decision for yourself, man.
yeah.
I haven't talked to my parents about it yet.
Okay.
I'm open to my family. It has been a tough journey for me because
Yeah.
I'm Muslim, and then I did try to have a girlfriend. Michelle, if you're watching this, I love you.
Alamak, at least you tried lah.
I tried. We had a great relationship.
At
My
least it's a girl.
mom was so happy. My parents were so happy then that they found out I had a girlfriend because I was doing so well in school, and then after that
Yeah.
I was doing well in life.
Yeah.
But the problem was me. I was not being honest with myself just because of religion, a community club that you pay for. Think about it. You have to pay to God. Since when God asked for money? I'm not a perfect Muslim. With due respect, I do believe in the entity of God, and I hold dearly to Islam because they know there's a God up there, whoever it is. And I believe in that. There is a creator whatsoever. But I think I realized that it's the people that make it so toxic.
Yeah.
Yes, very that.
Religion is so peaceful.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
It's all about
loving.
spreading love.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to educate your maybe your gay friends about the religion, do so in your own personal means. But to use hate to empower your religious message doesn't just look bad for the religion, it looks bad on you, it looks bad on everyone else.
Then why is it become like it's become so like hate mongering, and
Yeah.
then it's become so like fear
Well,
that
this-
you will go to hell. Fear that you will, because you do something, then you'll go to hell. Why? You know you are not supposed to do something, then don't do lor. I mean, like if in the end you go to hell, then you have to
I'll
talk
see
to
you
God
there.
about it lah.
I'll see you there.
To wrap things up, I think that there really are a lot of possibilities that is going to come from the repeal. I know that it may seem daunting now because they want to amend the constitution to protect the definition and all that. But I do believe if we thought that 377A was impossible in the past and it's possible today, there are more things that will be possible in the future also. And these are the things that we're looking forward to, and as gay men, we will continue fighting.
Yeah.
We will
Yes,
continue
yes.
standing up for what we believe in, especially our rights to humanity, our rights to love, our
Love,
rights to live.
Or just be whoever you want
Just
to
be
be.
whoever you want,
Yeah. Wait, on another
Yeah.
note, please
Yes.
don't lump us with bestiality and pedophilia, all this kind of thing.
Thank
It has
you for that.
nothing to do with us, okay?
Yeah. Exactly.
Unless we actually say it, it's nothing to do with us.
Yes.
I do
Exactly.
not possess the ability nor the thought of wanting to a dog. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very bad rebuttal because it seems like you are the one thinking it and not us.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
lump us all together.
Yeah,
I think the most
yeah.
important thing is to open your minds. Don't be an idiot that just sits at home, watches the news, and then like because your
Come to
friend say this,
conclusion
and then you go
or-
like, oh yeah. Go outside.
Yeah.
open your eyes, open your
Make
ears.
friends with us.
God,
Yes, yes.
Make friends with us. Make friends
If you
with
want to
us.
make friends with them, you know where to find them.
Fauzi Azhar on both TikTok and Instagram.
Macaroons on both IG, TikTok as well.
Aiman OMG on both IG and TikTok.
Yeah.
And I think that's the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I really love today. Thank you.
Please comment below how you feel about today's episode and we should bring them on for more videos. I think they are very fun to talk to.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, you are fun to talk to.
Yeah, you
You are
are.
fun to talk to.
You are the hostess.
Yes, I loved it.
Like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe. Yes.
And see you on the next video. Bye.